to say to you guys is, you were right. A lot of you said in the comments, it's, you know, don't drop prices, don't worry about it, things are quiet at the moment, it'll pick up. When I had a total blank last month, and now all of a sudden I've got loads of phone calls, loads of people wanting cars, and I'd already dropped all the prices. So I've probably taken a hit on a number of these cars that I could have done for more money. I'm sure I could have got 2,995 for my red 2013 KA, even though it's a Cat N, because it only had just 32,000 miles and a load of people wanted it, but I went for 2,795. I'm sure in the current market with things picking up, I probably could have got 2,795 for this, but I've got 2,495 for it. I'm sure I probably got nearer 3 grand for the 2010, but I've let that go for 2,895. This one, 2013 with 80,000 miles on, because it's still left here, I put the price back up to 295. So it's pouring with rain. I'm being chauffeured to the BCA at Bridgewater to pick up that little, what was it, Chevrolet Matiz. First time really I've gone up there to drive a car back. Normally, as you know, I get them transported, but as it's such a cheapie, we thought we'd take a little road trip out and do it for the cost of the fuel of going and picking them up. So I've got a jump pack, I've got some oil, haven't got a tyre pressure inflator, but there's a garage nearby, and we're going to see if we can drive it back okay. So wish us best of luck. Next bit will be at BCA. So here we are at BCA, guys. Just got to go in with my booking number and get the keys to the car, and we'll have a look at it before we head off. Well, we haven't gone in yet, but it looks like I found the car. Our little Daewoo, it's not a Daewoo Matiz, is it? It's a Chevrolet Matiz. I can immediately see it's had some paint and the bumpers aren't particularly well fitting, but at the end of the day, it is going to be a super cheap little car. They're alright on this side. Wheel trims could do with a tidy up. Yeah, we've got a couple of different silvers along it of a car you'd expect this age. But let's go and get paid up and see how she runs. So we've got the paperwork and the keys. We've only got the logbook for this one. So first things first, will she start? She unlocks, which is a bonus. Oh, inside. Smells nice. Seats are all clean. What we've got going on, we've got a little CD player. We've got battery power. Turn the stereo off. How's that go off? 52,000 miles. Oh, she started on a button, guys. Result. Now, let's just turn it off and just double check the fluids before we go any further. So, oil, plenty of. Dark, needs a change. Where's the coolant on this one? Our coolant's up there. Yeah, that's the right level. So she's safe to drive on that front. Right. Let's see if she goes into gear. Oh. So she started again on the button. Let's see how she is with the gears. Yeah, I've got first there. Feels like jello, the gear. There isn't much feel in the gearbox, but I don't imagine there was from new, to be honest. Imagine the linkages are properly worn out on this. Let's try and get third, fourth, push my luck with the fifth. That, we're there. So gearbox is okay. Like I say, it's just a bit of a loose feel to the linkage, but not going to be worth doing on this. So I forgot my tray plate, so I need to nip on and tax it a second now, and which is annoying. I knew I'd forget something, and then we'll get out on the road and see what we think. So we're all taxed and we're all set. Turn it on again. We're all set. I'm so glad it smells nice. So we've got an hour and a half journey back home now. in the rain with an unknown car, so it shall be interesting to see how we go. My wife's going to follow me in her car in case there's any dramas. Let's see how we get on. I had to stop, oh bloody thing, I had to stop for a coffee and a bit of fuel before I headed off, and get some food of course. That's why it probably is going to be more cost effective for me to have it delivered, because I want to spend loads of money along the way just for the sake of it. So guys, we're cruising at 70 in our little Chevy Matiz. Feedback so far, it's got brakes that brake well, but there's just not a lot of feeling at the top, so they might need a bleed. Gear selection is very poor, it's very loose. I'll have to see if I can't get like a linkage kit online to improve it, but again, whether someone will pay me the money for that, whether I'm better just leaving it as it is, because it is entirely drivable, it's just a bit wishy-washy. I've got no warning lights at all on the dash, and she's steering straight. I can let go of the steering wheel and she's not wandering off anywhere. There's quite a lot of road noise, but I imagine that's part and parcel. Like I say, we're doing 70 on the dual carriageway here, and she's at 3,000, just over 3,000 revs. Everything seems to work. The electric windows seem to work. So for the money, you know, if you bought this for yourself and paid the fees, and you're into it for sort of well, with fees £400 say, and you just wanted a cheap little runabout, be a good little buy. I think this has got to be worth at least $995 from a dealer. I'll give it a month's 1 month warranty. I'm going to give it a safety check. Like I say, have a look at the feel on these brake pedals, see if they just need bleeding or something, and yeah, take it from there. Condition wise, as you know, she's got several different silvers on her, and some of the fitment of the bumpers isn't that great. I've seen people asking $14.95 for them on this age with this miles, but I think she needs to be a bit cleaner bodywork wise. That interior wise, like I say, the interior fabrics are absolutely perfect nick, and she smells really nice. But I haven't got any service history, I've only got the logbook. Like I say, she's got plenty of oil in her, but I will do an oil and filter change on her, because it all looks like it needs a bit of a change. So yeah, I've got an hour and a half now to get back. Costs wise, I've already spent just short of 30 quid putting some road tax on it. I put 15 quid of fuel in it, so I'm up at 45 quid there. I've got to give the wife some fuel for her car, so let's say 20 quid there, so 65 quid. And I bought a coffee and a bit of food, so you know, £5. So I'm into it for 70 quid. It would have cost me 150 quid to have it transported, so, and I'm losing 3 hours, 4 hours out of my day. So you can see now why I pay for them to be transported, because it really isn't that much cheaper to come and pick them up myself. Although I guess a 70 quid saving on this might well pay for the service, and if I need to do anything on the brakes, so there is that element. But realistically, not worth my time. Better off paying one of the lads to come and pick it up for me, because I could have easily got caught up in a traffic jam and been waiting an hour for that, and I still haven't got home yet. I could still end up on the side of the road waiting for an AA van, couldn't I? So and for those of you that say, oh, isn't it worth you getting your own truck and picking the cars up, or isn't it worth you going and picking them up, that's the reason why, guys. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Look guys, we've got a Ferrari being transported in front of us. What is that? Is that a 458? I don't know my Ferraris particularly well. Maybe one day that's what I'll be going and picking up at the auction house, eh? A lovely Ferrari. Shame it's getting so wet out here. And I'd imagine loading on and off that trailer wasn't particularly easy, wouldn't have had much clearance. Anyway, we're turning off the motorway now, so it's onto the B roads. We'll see what happens there. It's going strong so far at the moment. Just waiting at traffic lights. My blooming camera's run out on my GoPro, but I just noticed we've got air conditioning in this one. Just gave it a little blast. It's actually working. It's nice and cold, so that's a nice little bonus on top, isn't it? Working aircon. I say we're only a little way from the unit now, and she's been doing really well, no problems. So we're back with the Chevrolet Matiz. She drove like a little champ, no problems at all. Like I say, other than the brakes needing work, she drove absolutely brilliantly, didn't miss a beat. The interior is mint on it. I don't need to really even clean the interior, it's that clean inside. She didn't use any oil or any coolant on the way back. She cruised steadily on the motorway. She did okay on the back roads on the way back. She only slowed a little bit for some of the longer hills. So yeah, I mean, like I say, once I've done that brake work on her, I think she'll be a cracking little car for someone, because she didn't miss a beat coming back then. Used about, I think, about £7 worth of fuel coming back from Bridgewater to Barnstable. The aircon blows cold, like I said, the stereo works, the electric windows work. Yeah, cracking little car for the money. Cracking little car for the money. So, yeah. I mean, I went over and saw Lee at the Barham engines, and he said they really don't see these engines at all. These little engines and these little chain driven. They don't see them, don't see them having a problem very often. So, and the oil was at the right levels when I got to the car, so someone's obviously been keeping on top of those things, and the coolant was a really nice pink, and that was at the right level. So someone's, although I haven't got a service book with it, looks like someone's been looking after it. Tyres are really good, tyres on the front are brand new pretty much. So I say tidy the wheel caps, sort out what's going on with the brakes. Gear linkage is floppy, but I don't think I'll do anything about that unless I can find the kits online that's cheap, or whether it's bushes underneath the gear stick. I'll do a little bit of research on that, but at this price point you've got to be careful how much you do. But yeah, get cracking on it, get it up for sale. I'm thinking now, having driven it back with the work it needs doing, blah blah blah, I'm thinking 11.95 is where I might be with that, or maybe even start off at 12.95. I think that's fair for a 2000 or 59 plate with 52,000 miles on. It's got nearly a year's MOT on it. It'll be a super cheap car. So yeah, let's get cracking on doing the work on that. A little Matiz up on the ramp. Excuse the revving in the background. Someone's trying to fix the car by just screaming the tits off it. So we've got little Matiz up in the air. I've got Petey on the game. He's going to, well, not on the game literally. He's going to fix the brakes. I will get a lot of him that way. So yeah, we're going to check out. Well, Pete's going to check out what the score is with the brakes. I tend to leave other people to brakes, because unless it's a simple disc and pad change, I don't want the liability of doing it wrong. So we reckon it may be handbrake adjustment at the back, because you've got no feel on the pedal and then you've got grab, so it may be that there needs some adjustment on the handbrake side of things, but we'll have a check it out and get back to you. So here we go, guys. I managed to finish just before the sun went down. Managed to finish it, get pictures so I can get her up for sale. I think she looks really quite smart now, guys. Retail for this is about, I think, 1600. And this is a Cat N. I think I forgot to say that. It was previous Cat N. So we take about 25% off for that. Although not quite so much when you get down to this sort of price point. I think it was this door. I can see this door is a slightly different silver. So I don't think it was anything serious. Well, it was Cat N. So, and you can imagine on a car this value, wouldn't take a lot to write it off. See, someone else struggles with silvers. Again, it's not quite as bad in real life as it shows up on the camera. But yeah, she's come out nice and clean. The wheel trims look a lot better now with that liquor paint, the rub down liquor paint, and then the satin black behind them means that they look clean and cared for. Pete's gone through those brakes. Yeah, I mean, other than the fact that it's got that sort of wobbly gear lever, again, I'm gonna have a little look and see if there's anything I can find out about that. I mean, it's gonna be a cheap car. So yeah, what was I saying? 1600. Let's say, I think 20% off. When we get, I think maybe 1195. I think 1195. 1195, 1295, 1195. I think it's probably where I'm going to be, so maybe start at 1295, but 1195 for it. We've just done the fresh service on it. It's got nearly new tyres on it all the way around. It's got a long MOT, and it is clean. It is super clean. So for that kind of money, you know, what you're picking up for that kind of money now, probably a 2006 car with well over 100,000 miles. It's only got 55,000 miles on it, so this is a 59 plate, 55,000 miles. It's clean, it's tidy, it's safe, it's got good tyres. Like I say, it's just been serviced. I've driven it, what, 2 hours, hour and a half back from Bridgewater. Didn't miss a beat on the motorway or on the dual carriageway or on the B roads. So a good little car for someone. So we'll stick it up and we'll see how we get on. Now I can move on to the other cheap car, the £200 Corsa. I can move on to that. Now I've got this closed off for the day. I had a good day today. I got that KA all prepped. I did the cam belt on it, didn't I? Got it all valeted for the customer, and then Pete did the brakes on this, and after he did the brakes, I've given it that clean up and done those wheels. So I'm quite pleased with how much I got done today. And if I can make, where are we into this now? I forget where I am in this now. I'm gonna have to do the numbers with you in a bit, aren't I? I think by the time we've picked it up, paid the fees, paid Pete 50 quid, I'm paying Pete 50 quid for the work he did, we'll be in it for about £600. If I can make £400 out of it, £500 out of it for an afternoon of cleaning it and going, you know, it's probably a full day if you include going to get it and cleaning it. So a full day, if I can make £400 out of that, I'll be a happy bunny. Obviously remembering that I could end up having to do work on it, because I will give it a 1 month, 1,000 mile warranty on it. Not really about the age, but just about the price point. At sort of 1195 quid, doesn't really stack up, giving it much longer than that. So let's get her in a lineup, let's get her advertised, and let's see how we get on.